Mr. President, Madam Chairperson of the Expert Mechanism on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, UN Special Rapporteur, distinguished representatives of Indigenous peoples, civil society organizations, Your Excellencies, friends and colleagues, it is an honor to address the 60th session of the Human Rights Council on behalf of the Board of Trustees of UN Voluntary Fund for Indigenous Peoples. At the outset, I warmly welcome the 14 beneficiaries of the fund present with us today, whose contributions greatly enrich this session. Mr. President, the fund was established to support the participation of Indigenous peoples' representatives in key UN meetings and processes. Over the past 40 years, it has faithfully delivered on this mandate, expanding its scope and enabling more than 5,000 Indigenous representatives to engage in UN human rights mechanisms. In 2024 alone, the fund supported 201 grantees from 55 countries, including women, men, youth, persons with disabilities, and two-spirited and transgender representatives. In 2025 so far, 77 grantees from 42 countries have participated in 9 UN processes with a strong representation of women and youth. These beneficiaries bring invaluable first-hand knowledge of the challenges facing Indigenous communities worldwide. Many could not participate without the fund's support. Their presence ensures that pressing issues from human rights violations to land and territorial concerns are heard at the highest international level. Mr. President, the fund's role goes beyond providing travel grants. Effective participation requires capacity. That is why the board also invests in training initiatives in partnership with NGOs, Indigenous organizations, and UN mechanisms. Trainings are held in Geneva, New York, and at climate change conferences, and increasingly offered online. In 2024, the fund offered 14 online and 5 in-person trainings, reaching more than 2,000 participants virtually and 180 in person. Since January 2025, 16 online and 3 in-person trainings have already been conducted, benefiting nearly 3,000 participants. These courses, offered in 5 languages, English, French, Spanish, Russian, and Portuguese, make the fund the UN system's largest provider of Indigenous-focused training and capacity building. Despite these achievements, the demand far exceeds available resources. Each year, fund receives 4,000 to 5,000 applications, but can support only about 150 to 170 representatives, just 3% of requests. The expansion of its mandate into areas such as business and human rights and climate change has further increased demand. Mr. President, this year marks the fund's 40th anniversary. On this occasion, I appeal to all governments to consider contributing to the fund, ensuring it can continue its vital work of amplifying Indigenous people's voices within the UN system. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I extend deep gratitude to the Government of Australia, Canada, Finland, Mexico, Norway, Peru, the Philippines, and the United States for their generous contributions in 2024 and 2025. I thank you, Mr. President, and wish you a very successful session.